So this is our last shot. It literally comes down to this, guys. Like this is a big best of 3 coming up.
Yeah, if you're a 501 enjoyer, like, send your energy over. Apooche needs it.
100%. I mean, Apooche, man, he's doing great on the ladder. He's sitting above 2,300, like close to top 10. Wonderful tournament player. Great success in the past in the MAG1. Wins tournaments all the time. He won the Wednesday tournament on stream. I mean, he's capable. But of course, Laomam, no slacker of his own. And I mean, he's debuting. So, like, I mean, in theory, Apooche should be favored. But hey, you never know, right?
He has built a bit of a reputation for himself, right? In that region tournament that was featured in MAG1 over a year ago, I want to say. About a year
Yeah.
ago. And
Yeah, like half a year,
famously,
yeah.
Apooche kind of pulling back 501 from the grave, taking down multiple 201 top contenders to keep 501 in.
It's so legendary. We'll never let it down, you know. We really like those type of victories, as you know, 201's been kind of kicking our butt lately, so we hold on to those little storylines.
Hey man, like a great run is a great run. Doesn't matter if you have 10 bad ones after that. Like
Exactly.
we got the medal.
Indeed. All right, we're getting into our game 1 here between Apooche and Laomam. Winner of this goes through to the round of 8, and loser will be eliminated.
All right, well, Apooche there does get his favorite specialist, but perhaps not with the starting units you would want.
Yeah.
With that
Will he pick the
Arclight Stormcaller
elites?
pack. I mean,
He's a
I
dog
would,
enjoyer.
but...
I would too. I think that's so premium.
Oh, you would? Just because
Oh,
quick
yeah.
supply isn't offered, is that right?
Maybe. No, okay, you know what? Elite with dogs is my favorite specialist. Can that be like a thing?
No, there's no backtracking now. What is this?
All right. I see how it is.
Just a filthy hound abuser, huh?
I am. They're so good. They're still good.
No, they are very good with elite, I will say.
Yeah, they are. Aerial specialist though for Apooche, 5k hit points, and giant for Laomam once again.
Looks like we will be getting some aggro here. Just going to be the crawlers on round 1 for Apooche, but you got to imagine that Phoenixes will be purchased relatively soon.
Yeah, 100%. Very common round 2. And Apooche going for what looks like a left side attack with a screening crawler in the middle. His goal there is just to get the Stormcaller shooting at it. His hound's pretty far forward here. It's funny. I actually reversed the two. I would have like the sledges higher than the hounds since they are faster and more brittle.
Yeah, I guess that's true. You'd ideally have the storm shoot at the sledges.
Well, just in general, like forget the storms. Don't you want your sledges to be tanks?
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what his thought process there is. I mean, honestly, guys, it could be like a sledge carry game. He does run the text for it. Like he's got EMP and stuff. We'll see though. Okay, dogs are dodging the storm shot. There's only one storm locked onto the hound. You can see it just took a shot. Took care of one dog, injured the other. The crawler in the middle was a great distraction. The crawlers are streaming on in, very protected, very safe. Tower's going to go down. Still all the sledges remaining. And I'm guessing this is going to be a round 1 win for Apooche on the air spec.
Yeah, looks really solid. Crawler's got the tower. They'll be moving into the right side now, distracting both the storms and getting rid of some of those fangs. And, well, with basically all sledgehammers still alive, that will be a comfortable round 1 for Apooche.
For sure. Now, you imagine some air will come out. I don't know if he's in a position to go for something like Wraith, but I would say boats, Raidens, and Phoenixes certainly on the table.
Yeah, Wraith. Oh, mass-produced Overlord.
Very cool. We got to see his text ASAP.
I mean, he's running carry text for sure.
Yeah, everybody does except for like Woot, right? So like kind of a safe bet.
Yeah, I think Rat also like doesn't run it, but
okay. Now there's underground
like
threads.
The Overload has been more popular as of late.
Yeah, receiving that nerf as well in the 50 more cost.
Yeah, I haven't felt it, I must say. Yesterday I played 2 games like of improved Overlord and it was crushing.
Yeah.
Although that is a nasty card.
For sure. Okay, wow. Okay, so we're a giant spec for Laomam, so that's why the Vulcan's there. So that means he's wasting 1 deploy.
That is
Um,
tempo city, though.
I agree. And Apooche's doing a stall turn. He does double fang and crawler.
Yeah, trying to protect his right tower from any cheeses. I mean, we did see the Phoenixes on round 2 from both
That's
Laomam
such a good
and
point. Yeah,
Fairy versus him. So
absolutely. And there was underground threat offered, so like at least it would be like a little bit of stall. But as things are, is this Vulcan literally just gonna kill everything?
I would wager that yes, it will.
Dang. Okay, how much experience are we talking here? It's actually getting kind of low, but I think it lives.
Yeah, I mean, sledgehammers give twice their cost at level 1, so 400 a pop, so
Mm-hmm.
800, and then I don't know, like 5 chaff packs would possibly be 1,000, but I don't think it quite got that much. Ended up picking up 1,100.
Yeah, so half a level, not too shabby. I mean, Vulcan levels are very, very precious. Okay, we got the unit
Oh,
reinforcements. Chaff clear
well,
versus
there's
single target.
Phoenixes, but
Yep,
level
yep.
3 Fire Badger is kind of interesting too. Like, Fire Badger with mass-produced overlords doesn't sound too bad, but Apooche wants to go for the Arclights instead.
Interesting. I wonder if any of them will be flanking. It looks like it's just to extend his attack to the right side. I feel like what I would be thinking about right now is like, can I kill that Vulcan with a boat? He doesn't really have boat holes, right? Like they would have to sit in the back, which maybe that's fine, but I don't know. What do you think?
Well, it is kind of normal for the boat to sit behind sledgehammers, I feel.
Indeed,
So
yeah.
he'd be fine. I'm a bit surprised about this Arclight play, but it is just a lot of deployments. So I'm curious to see how that'll work out. We've got some flanks, a shallow flank on the left, a deep flank on the right for Apooche, and he's also attacking the tower from that side on the diagonal with the Overlord.
Yeah, I like that play. I like Laomam going for the Phoenixes. I think this crawler flank. Oh, okay. Let's talk about this Phoenix. That is okay. Wait. Why is he even doing that? Okay.
I mean, he has a
I was.
crawler on the right side
Oh,
flank,
that's
so
why. You're right. Okay. So his idea was to peel the fangs away and get the tower.
yeah. Thinks about it again though, won't be going for it after all.
Yeah, the boat turns. By the
Oh,
way.
that's
Oh,
not good at all. The
yeah,
thing
that's not
is,
ideal.
Apooche kind of needs this debuff to happen because otherwise this Vulcan just is gonna, well, never die, just like it did last turn.
Yeah, 100%. Like nothing has changed on the left side for the most part. So the boat has a lot of work to do, and there is 4 phoenixes to take care of the boat, which is mass produced. So I'm not sure how well this will go here for Apooche. I mean, he'll get the tower, sure. He'll farm some experience, but not sure about his ability to collapse on the other side.
He's also not running the high explosive tech on the boats.
Yeah.
So
He's got
Chaffclear
photon.
could be a concern down the line.
Oh man. He killed
Oh,
all
that
the
was very
phoenixes there.
close. Yeah, I mean, there was still like a pack of fangs, but
Yeah.
that's a sizable amount of damage too, pushing out down to 3,100.
For sure. What do we have here? Tank production line. Snap pick for Apooche. He loves those like production type cards.
It's very good on giants for sure, especially if the giant is somewhat safe in the air, like the Overlord.
Mm-hmm. Look at the power of this crawler though from Lao Mao. Like it won the last round basically, and then now it's forcing out the mobile beacon, having to pay 100.
Yeah, it's interesting he goes for the tempo play instead of picking up the item as well. It wouldn't have been too bad on the Vulcans either.
That's true. Yeah, very interesting. But I mean, I don't know. I think it's just Lao Mao's playstyle. I think like round 3, round 4, he loves to go for like the Phoenix flanks as we saw. So he just likes tower pressure.
I'm gonna say though, I am quite worried here for Apooche because the chaff clear currently isn't great. There's both Arclights and Sledgehammers.
Yeah,
You probably don't want to tech them because they're banned to the Vulcan. Maybe the Arclights you do, but then you're going to run into potential Shield Fang at some point, and you're not running HE on the boats to deal with that.
exactly. I have to agree. And you mentioned this already, but no splash on the boats also is not a way to like band-aid fix your chaff clear problem.
Oh, wait, but he didn't deal with the crawler that was on the flank.
I mean, there was the underground threat, which was also an
Yeah,
issue,
yeah,
but
but
yeah.
the crawler on the side like would beat the Fang either way.
Yeah, that's fair. That is kind of strange, isn't it? Maybe just banking on the tower debuff.
This is a really, really bad round, though. We've got
That's like
3
2k
Giants, 2
damage.
Storms, and 6 Phoenixes left alive.
Oh no.
And
Is
it's
that
round
below
4, by the
1k?
way. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh god.
747 remaining. Good grief.
Okay. Well, he's got some work cut out for him. Hmm. Interesting
Well,
choices, especially for Laomam.
additional deployment slot is always great. For the defender,
Yeah.
especially. Because, like, Shielded Fang is just, like, the main thing that's sitting in my mind here. Like, if you just want a round to cheese, honestly, I think if Laomam just like loans here, goes like quad Fang plus shield,
Yeah.
like what
Yeah,
does
I do
Apooche
agree.
do?
But I like Laomam's choice to get the heavy armor on the level 2 Vulcan. That's just like an insane amount of tank value.
Yeah, just plays it safe. We have range on the Vulcans now. Lone coming out though on round 5, so Laomam is smelling blood.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I feel like Apooche like can get significantly stronger eventually with just like enough mass-produced boats and clicking mothership, summoning wasp, that type of thing. So, I mean, he's just like Apooche has so many problems that I think it's like a semi-safe line. Like lone only costs 100, really. I mean, temp range as well, but I mean, you know, winning rounds for Laomam is good as well because the Vulcan's level, the Phoenix's level. So ultimately, I do like that.
We've got wasps coming out now to defend the flanks. That's probably also a setup for an eventual mothership click into potentially shielded wasps.
Yeah, he's definitely setting up here. But can he survive, right? That's the question. I mean, we've bought more boats now. We have not teched them at all, which is kind of crazy. But, you know, maybe the Wasp can just be a big burden here for Laomam.
They'll have to get in front though, and right now the Phoenixes, they're chewing through the sledges that are still left on the ground, but they'll soon try to connect. Although the boat is now moving in. Still stuck on Fangs, but I think it will get rid of the Phoenixes.
Oh, that's clutch, because it was locked on, and that thing is spawning the tanks. So, really, really clutch that it's just, like, flanking in here, killing every Phoenix in the sky. We're going to get debuff. I guess Laomam going to get it, a little bit later. Kind of tit for tat.
Raining tower debuffs, not the worst. Can we get rid of those Phoenixes? I think they might be able to. There's some Wasps left. That allows this Overlord to keep DPSing away. It will end up going down, but it kills the Vulcan, and that will keep Apooche alive.
All right. Well, Apooche's got a sweat here. Now, that was the lone in the temp range, so Apooche kind of making some gains here. Oh, man. The nuke. Oh, man. Okay, Apooche picks it first. Laomam's got to be thinking here. Do I want to randomly EMP the boats? Do I want to super heavy a big Vulcan? Yeah, he just goes for the EMP on the boats. Not a bad move, honestly, because it's like he's got 4k HP, right? He doesn't have to risk anything. He's not like forced to take the nuke, and so he'll take a big economic edge here. And I mean, the EMP is also just kind of decent.
Yeah, you would be expecting a tech at this point, and a mobile beacon like this one could have easily dodged a nuke,
Oh
and
yeah,
then you'd put yourself in the, well, worse economic spot.
yeah, good point. I like that Apooche is dodging the potential nuke. I think that's a nice play.
Yeah, he kind of has to respect it, right?
Mm-hmm. I think so. So he's got
Nuke, though,
700.
how much is it really going to do? That Vulcan could level, which means it would just be able to survive.
And does the Vulcan even stay in the nuke?
Yeah, it might very well walk out, especially with this beacon kind of going towards the left side of the board.
Yeah, like it's just barely clipping him, and it's like kind of a greedy nuke, no? Like he could easily move it left, and like, what do you give up for doing that?
Have a look at this, though. Amazing read for Laomam. Will actually be catching another Overlord that was purchased this round on the right side. And
Yeah,
Apooche's
true.
adding more sledgehammers.
Yeah, it's so fascinating. So his read is, if I can just stall the Phoenixes by making them shoot one at a time on my sledges, then my boats have enough time to, kill the Phoenixes, kill the Vulcans, hopefully get the tower. There goes the nuke, hitting lots of Phoenixes, killing the bubble as well. The boats are connecting to the Vulcans on the right. The Wasp came in, got sentry missiled. Ooh, that's painful losing that Wasp, but still got one left on the right. And overall, looking like Apooche gonna survive.
Sledges are spawning on the right side. There's still some Wasps left on the left. And I think Apooche here, even though he paid 400 for that nuke, did manage to give himself some breathing room and potentially get back into the game. Keep in mind, he hasn't bought any techs just yet on the Overlords. Likely
Yep.
that those will be coming out.
100%. Here come the unit drops. Kind of tanky options overall. They are mass produced, so like you could fort AA, but I'm not sure about that. Yeah, he
Wow,
goes
that
for
is
it.
actually what Laomam does. That's insane.
It kills the wasps, I guess, and like does pretty sizable damage to the boats. I guess it kind of makes sense. But yeah, it's kind of like both units counter each other, so we'll see.
Steel balls with armor coming out too here for Apooche. That'll be really
Dude,
annoying for these Vulcans, and honestly, could do
so
well
good.
into the fortress too.
I think it's such a great line here. Like stopping the Vulcans is just going to be great. You can actually like kill the giants, I'm sure, with them. I suppose the fortresses and phoenixes can like eventually kill them, but man, they're tanky.
And still no levels or techs for that matter on the Overlords for Apooche.
Yeah, it's so cool that he hasn't teched them. Like,
Oh,
I
okay, we're spicing
guess.
things up now with a steel ball on the flank and two more being picked up.
Does that even make sense to flank there with the ball? Because the Vulcan was there prior, right? That's not a new Vulcan. It's like, doesn't it just
No, it
kill?
was there.
Yeah, so doesn't it just kill the ball? So like, little weird.
Yeah, before it spawns in.
I think so, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, it even turns. Okay, that's a very sad ball there, but oh well. Not the end of the world. Let's see how the other ones do, because that's the more important thing.
Oh, that missile from Laomam, really good. Hits 2 packs of steel ball, slows them down. It doesn't look like it'll be enough, though. That tower is still unfortified. 9
Ooh.
seconds of debuff.
Dude, that's a lot of damage. The steel ball's on the left, also alive, also connecting on the giants. The right side surely winning for Apooche. The left side, if we get the tower, I want to say that's winning for Apooche as well.
Wait, how much damage is this going to be? We've got 4 Overlords left alive. That's 1,600.
Ton of sledges, a little bit of wasps, some balls. I mean, I'd
Some of
say
these
that's enough.
sledges have been, like, spawned, but...
It might not be enough, but it's
Oh
it's
my,
a ton
no,
of
it's
damage.
easily enough. Holy
Oh,
moly, that's a ton.
okay. Okay.
Wow.
What? How did he win that game? I guess the
That
balls were
was...
really, really good. I think that was.
Yeah, the balls did amazing there. I think Fortress AA also was, like, very subpar.
Yeah.
We actually got ranged fangs there by the end. What?
Yeah,
Didn't
what a
even notice that.
strange turn. It's for the Wasp, of course, but I don't know. That was just a wild turn of events.
Yeah. And kind of cool to see Overlords perform here, even though they're mass produced and untech'd. Very scary game. I still think like the Shielded Fang maybe could have like created some problems, but didn't end up coming out. And yeah, Apooche brings it back.
That was so unexpected. Like I thought Apooche was in such a bad position, say like round 4, round 5.
Yeah, it really like looked dire after that round 4.
Yeah, just so interesting because like I'm the type of player who, if I'm going into boats, you dang know I'm gonna be teching the heck out of those things. Like I run high explosives. I even don't run photon. I just have the full carry, and he's just like, no, I'm just gonna have 2 boats on the left, 2 boats on the right. You know, that's enough DPS to kill the giants. I've got some threats in the air, aerial spec stats, and honestly, just like leaned into sort of like a tanky front line so that the phoenixes just never get the connects on the boats, and it made a lot of sense.
Yeah, yeah, I'm the same. I also run like full tech bar. Although I don't run Mothership, I still quite like having Photon.
Yeah, Photon is just really good. I really wish I could have Photon on. I probably should give up on. I don't know. The thing is that I really like high explosive. So I have to choose between high explosive and mothership.
Yeah, I haven't been running Mothership for a while now.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. Well, 501 needs one more win, and then we actually get a player through.
Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it.
I know. I mean, honestly, like we have two players debuting here. Doxson, unfortunately, already eliminated. It would make sense for, Laomam to, take some time to get into the tournament scene. Apooche is a veteran, even prior to MAG1, he's a veteran, but he's also played in MAG1, like, I think every season, honestly. So, like, he's comfortable. He's in his zone. It's very early for him, unfortunately. He does live on the West Coast, so, he had to wake up early for this, but he's looking good.
And man, what a storyline it would be.
Having a 1-5-1 make through, yeah, absolutely. We really need that. Like, it's so cool going into the round of 8 with a nice diversity. It's kind of like in StarCraft where it's like, okay, you have like, 3 Protoss, 3 Terran, 3 Zerg making it through. That's really hype, right? Like, which race is going to take it this season? It's kind of like the same thing for us, we don't have like factions in Mechabellum or anything like that, so we just have to use the regions.
Yep. And I will say, if he does make it through, or even if he doesn't, no pressure. It's not as if like the entirety of 501 is partially taking credit for your achievements.
Indeed, no pressure whatsoever, Apooche. You got this. I mean, hey, at least he's up 1-0.
That's true. That's true. Allows him to go for something a little bit more risky, perhaps. Well, here are the packs. Doesn't look too risky to me. Lots of sledgehammers.
Yeah, I mean, he loves Sledge. He's performed very well with them, like literally last game, but also in general in MAG1. So I think these are comfort picks for him. Maybe he picks Aerial again or
It's the
Marksman
same
spec.
pack, right?
Yeah, I suppose so. Marksman it is,
we'll
though.
actually go for something else. Standard spiders from Laomam.
He loves the giant spec, by the way. He's played it, what, 3 times today, I want to say?
Yeah, I feel like every time that I watch his boards, like there are some giants involved. Like Vulcans, Melters, Worms.
Yeah, exactly. Pucci hasn't moved a finger yet. Do you expect him to aggro here? No, I don't think so. Unless it's Assault Marksman. What's he got? He does have it.
It's just not, yeah, no, he will be playing standard from the looks of it. I think he just took a moment to realize, like, my opponent picked Tarantula, but he probably also
Yeah.
knows that Laomam is a defensive player, so he's probably a bit like, normally I would expect aggro here, but considering the player I'm not, do I want to, like, play into that, or am I confident just playing the long range game? And it is going to be the long range.
Yeah, really good point. Because if you're in Apooche's mind here, you're thinking, my opponent's going to aggro me. Tarantulas are an aggro unit. So yeah, you can see he's thinking about it. He has a Fang placed forward, indicator of, trying to defend, I think.
Yep. We'll now figure out, though, that that's not going to be the case.
No, I mean, we'll see if the Tarantulas get sold or if they just stay. I think it's typically much more normal to keep them, as selling, takes a while to pay back for itself, and, selling chaff clear generally not the right thing in the early game.
It can work, like if you manage to get a bunch of spiders down onto the board early, get range. Spider Mine also is a decent tech in the longer range fights.
Oh, such a close battle here. It's going to be one marksman living here for Laomam.
Not too bad, though, for Apooche. Kind of lacking some DPS still, but the DPS will arrive in the form of the Orange Man.
True. Down it comes. And some tame cards here, round 2. I don't know if they want to modify their Wraith or their Sandworm, so probably just looking at Airdrop, Haste, or Skip.
Yeah, Shield Airdrop here doesn't look too bad. Neither player really has a bunch of DPS available. I mean, I guess, well, we do have the orange man now for Apooche, but 50k shields can be extremely annoying to deal with.
Yeah, it's definitely a safe pick to pick shield airdrop because I mean at some point in the game you shield and it's basically the same cost as a shield, but you get it, somewhere between 2 to 4 times, let's say.
Oh, okay. Laomam picking up the haste mod instead, and we'll go for Stormcallers on round 2. That will help a lot against this shield.
I mean, taking equipment round 2 and 3 is really, really good because the unit drop comes either round 3 or round 4, and you can get some high leveled stuff for free. So equipment scaling really well with levels. He's just gonna hold on to it. Doesn't want to put on the tarantula. I think putting on the tarantula would just make it run to the marksman. So yeah, it makes sense.
Well, let's see. The one thing that Apooche is somewhat lacking is chaff clear, but Laomam didn't add more chaff, so he should be fine against this.
Yeah.
The marksman is locked on, and that spider will fall very rapidly.
Does he win the left though? His 2 marksmen are now exposed, but they get the job done for the most part.
Oh, and
Snipes
those
the other
fangs
marksman.
arrive at the exact right moment.
Yeah, he's gonna keep the air drop. That's really the big picture here. Like winning the round is obviously important too, but yeah, keeping that alive is great.
I also think he got a bunch of levels. Like on the right side, the marksman leveled. I think that level 1 on the left also probably got a level.
Yeah. Very nice.
That
Sledge
bodes
levels are
really
also
well for
good.
him.
No sledge levels, but yeah, as you said, both marksmen's leveled. No unit drop yet. There's 3 different unit modifiers here and a unit call down. Not sure if Apooche wants the econ or if he's gonna think about one of these cards.
I mean, underground is also quite nice in the long run, even when it comes back. Having that 1.5 pack of crawlers
Yeah, it's
can
pretty
be
good.
worthwhile.
Could see him skip as well, though. Oh, he's
Can I
going
range
for
Vulcan?
yeah. So he just wants to do Vulcan marksman here. I assume he's got like best partner tech and everything like that.
Should have. I wonder about this underground though. It doesn't really look like he's going to be dealing with it. He can't afford a Vulcan this round.
I mean, it's encapsulated
But
by fangs. It's like probably
yeah, that's
okay.
true.
We pick up more spiders, by the way, and we do have the spider mine tech available.
I would imagine range comes out first here.
I
Spider
think
Mine's probably
so.
not going to
Yeah.
be a concern before the mid game.
Yep. And look how many late fangs Apooche is setting up. Like he's being really patient, and I think that makes sense because if you look at the HP totals and just the pace of the game so far, it's been pretty chill. Even picking up storms here, that's going to be great against I think like literally everything that the opponent has except for the crawlers, which will get answered by the Vulcans on the following turn. And I think he left some nice Vulcan holes there.
Yep, looking really good. Fangs will actually catch this underground pretty quick. Stormcallers will lock on maybe to the spiders, I don't know. At least some stray shots hitting them.
I think it's just stray shots, but yeah, we'll see. The airdrop's still there, and our marksman's level, and we have storms. Like I feel like we should be able to kill at least 3 or 4 of the spiders here.
And have a look at the left. This is like very scary. Units getting super close to that tower, but the marksmen are able to hold with the fangs coming in clutch.
Yeah, the fang trickle being perfect, even despite the crawler drop thingy, like slowing it down.
Yeah, that could have been far worse for Apooche. I think a tower take there wouldn't have been unimaginable, but Apooche picks up the round. And I mean, that was a bit of a setup turn, just getting some storms, and likely will be getting the Vulcan this round.
Indeed. And now here come the guaranteed unit drop on round 4. And I don't know, what do you think about these here? I'm looking at like Hound or Phoenix.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even sure if you want it. Like, you could also just pick Overlord and sell it, right?
Yeah, true. Sells for 500, so it's like the best sell.
Yeah, it's the same as the Phoenix, but you can sell it immediately.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe it's a good thing to have unlocked for like Photon or something. I mean, I highly doubt it, but I mean, you never know.
You could also just leave it on the board for a turn or so. Not will
That's
sell.
true. Okay, you're right about the range on the spiders. We even buy one more. We put the haste on the storm, which is kind of funny. And then the sandworm comes down, making use of that giant specialist.
All right. I mean, this was somewhat expected, probably, after seeing those earlier games from Laomam. Seems to like the worms quite a lot into these type of Vulcan marksman boards.
For sure. I mean, it looks poised to do quite well. I suppose he's putting it on the same side as the biggest marksman and where that extra fang is. So I'm not sure what his thought process there is.
Well, Vulcans will be kept on the inside. There's still really not a lot of chaff here for Laomam, so honestly, the Vulcans are nice to have on the board, but they're also not going to be doing all that much, I feel like.
I think I agree. Like, it actually might have been too soon. Like, obviously, you're
Oh,
happy
wow.
if he buys more chaff, but
I just realized he's actually not running the best partner tech.
oh, he's got like the war crime special, the
Yeah.
oil and the incendiary bombs. All right, can
Okay,
we
well,
kill the
Marksman
worm?
will be locked on. Vulcan's actually still doing a decent job getting rid of some of the spiders on the right. The worm is dead, but has bought enough time for the right side to collapse. And
Yeah,
Laomam should be winning that.
yeah. It looks like Laomam's got it. I think something big to look out for as well is like, are these tarantulas leveling? Because they have such a massive experience requirement. I can see one that leveled. Second one very close, but not quite. Actually, like all the tarantulas are close to leveling, so maybe that'll be something nice for Lao Mam down the line. But I think in the short term, maybe they're looking to be buying more worms.
Yeah, I mean, you would expect so, right?
Yeah, for sure. There's mass-produced sandworm, but you already have one out. I'm not sure if it's worth it. Maybe it is, maybe it's not.
You do lose a lot of hit points for clicking that.
Yeah, maybe money's not the issue, you know? Just want those stats.
Well, it looks like it is going to be more worms, but instead of creating a blender, this time Laomam trying to match the Vulcans from Apooche.
Yeah, this is an interesting position. So we have the EMP going on the right. The shield airdrop's available. Will Apooche win the 50-50 and not get it EMP'd? Because, of course, that does damage the shield airdrop by 35,000 of its total 50,000. So, oh, he's guessing. Apooche's guessing right. That's nice.
And no techs so far, although I probably would imagine some techs to come out this turn potentially.
Yeah, he's got 1K with 30 seconds left. He's going for
Oh,
scorpions.
Scorpion, okay.
So, what's the idea behind that? Like, is it because replicate exists in particular, or is it because acid exists?
Yeah, I think it's the latter because of acid.
Okay, okay, interesting.
It's
Yeah, it's
really
like,
hard for worms to deal with. Well, actually, they can't deal with it because photon is something you can't hit on them. So
yeah, he immediately texted, by the way. The right one's gonna get EMP'd, unfortunately, but the left side, of course, still has the acid. And yeah, have you seen acid so quickly before? I don't know, maybe that's normal, but I feel like I always see it like kind of a lot later.
no, I haven't really seen people do this all that much. I like it though because it gels really well with the Vulcan too.
Yeah, yeah, really good point actually. Just a ton of DPS for everything involved. Looks like we're losing the right side where the EMP occurred. Maybe not too surprising. Losing the left as well, or at least kind of tying over there. So looks like Laomam's got some tempo.
Yeah, still Apooche getting rid of more units here than I thought he would. Looks
Yeah,
a
not
lot more
bad.
menacing.
Yeah, no doubt. That's only 500 damage coming through. He's still sitting at 2,800 here. Not too shabby as he gets his scorpions online, kind of nullifying the worms. But let's remember, Laomam is a giant spec, so he can easily switch things up, and these units might have something to say about that.
I mean, wasps are definitely a bit of an annoyance for both players. Neither can deal with it.
Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, both players go for it. I know Apooche likes this wasp quite a bit. Looking at the text here, Apooche's got aerial spec and sort of like a somewhat of a carry package with utility. They actually have the same load us. Let me read it for off here. We've got range, aerial specialization, elite marksman, and energy shield.
Kind of pseudo carry,
Yeah.
unwilling to give up on the energy shield, but does
Yeah,
have that
exactly.
ability to scale with the elite.
For sure. So what are we doing here? Apooche once again taking his time. Got 1,200 in the bank. Um, already did a lot of chaff this turn, I guess. And it's just going to be teching some stuff here. Range on basically everything.
Wow.
It's pretty cool.
You get range, and you get range. Everybody gets range.
Yeah, definitely going to be pretty powerful now. Like, he's just got everything online. I think winning the Wasp duel is somewhat important, but I suppose Apooche has, like, more than enough fangs for supplementary air clear. He should be all right.
Yeah, I
That
wonder if
acid,
there's a
man.
world
Oof.
where Laomam tries to go deeper into Wasp here, because he has access to easy, like, Forte A, so it's harder for Apooche to mirror into him. But man,
Really good point. Yeah, what is
everything's
happening?
pushing in.
I think I can safely say the marksman range wasn't very good for Apooche, but obviously that's a minor thing. He's not dead, is he?
Holy, it's just,
Oh
I
my
mean, almost
god.
31 hit points.
Huh. Man, worms are pretty good against this whole Vulcan marksman thing, huh?
I mean, honestly, the spiders are also doing a lot of work in the back line.
Yeah, I have to agree. And they just simply have range. Like, there's nothing special occurring with them.
Nuke now as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Laomam really trying to go for the gut shot here, and well, from the looks of things, Apooche has plenty of stuff that he needs to solve. Will he be able to do so in one round, though?
Yeah. Oh man, the crawler came back as well. We talked about that earlier in the game. I wonder if Laomam is like nuking his own worm, by the way.
Maybe. I mean, I like what he's doing here, though. Going
Yeah,
for
same.
a heavy Wasp investment, that is tough to deal with, because Apooche had a bunch of problems on the ground, and this creates more problems in the air.
Yeah, there's just so much here for Apooche to deal with. The nuke is already like a big problem. I feel like the worms are like softly answered by the acid, but like we can see it didn't work last round. Like we ended up shooting the spiders instead, and there's just so many spiders that, even killing one is not necessarily enough to save you.
And yeah, underground, back off cooldown 2. Get a bunch of missile interceptors, because there are 4 Stormcallers on the board from Laomam. Even more
Yeah, I like that.
interceptors being purchased now. Shielded Fang might be able to help stall, but will it be enough to deal with these ranged wasps?
Exactly, yeah. This will be interesting to see. The Vulcans are turning, they're clearing up those crawlers. Nukes are ticking down, gonna happen any moment. They're actually gonna kill some wasps here, maybe?
Oh,
And oh my
okay, it
gosh, a
did hit the
lot died.
worm, but the
Yeah.
shields didn't go down for Laomam, so all of his spiders are still alive on the right side. Left side is not looking that much better either. Marksman stuck
Yeah.
on those wasps.
Dude, there's so much left. Laoman managed to shield all of his tarantulas. The nuke of Apooche didn't do very much at all.
And wow, what a game from Laomam. Pretty
Really
interesting playing
impressive.
standard Tarantula. This is not something that you see all that much.
Yeah, I wonder if that's gonna make people experiment.
Go for a lot of chaff early and just invested heavily into spiders. He had like 6 of them with range by like round 4, and then 2 storms and only 3 crawlers that he started with.
I think your analysis was spot on about the Vulcans being unnecessary for Apooche. Like looking at the end screen here, I mean, sure, he goes up to like, 6 crawlers, but one of them's already way up the front, so that's irrelevant. And it's just like, you just don't need so much money invested.
Yeah, it's weird, right? Because you kind of expect your opponent to build chaff, but then they just build nothing but spiders, and suddenly the marksmen are just not enough DPS.
It's a funny thing too, is like sometimes we, especially us aggro players, we talk about standard being really flowcharty. And so I do wonder if like some players just sort of don't think through all the lines and just sort of set up their stable board. In their mind, they're thinking, let's get our chaff clear sorted and everything like that. And then if the opponent doesn't do what you expect, it can put you in a pretty rough position.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. There's definitely a lot of like things to experiment with, and this like spider standard thing might be a nice find.
Certainly could be. The worms, though, man, really working out for Laomam. And if he gets his giant spec once again, I don't know. It seems like it's pretty hard to deal with. But I mean, Apooche today on aggro has been looking pretty good. So wouldn't be surprised to see him switch back to that.
Yeah, maybe he's scarred now from playing one long range game.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine to try it out, right? Like, is my standard game feeling good today? You never know until you try it. So you're up 1-0, you give it a shot. It doesn't bode well. I think Apooche's going to see what his packs are, and he'll try aggro if he can, and if he can't, then I suppose he'll just have to do standard.
Well, it is going to come down to this game for both of the players. Whoever wins is going to be joining Fairy as the winners of Group D, advancing to the Group of 8. But yeah, it'll be the last that we see for one of them.
Indeed. It'd be a really nice debut here for Laomam to make it through.
Oh, certainly.
I mean, he's definitely did well regardless, right? Like, getting all the way to the final game, going to game 3 against this group, by the way, it was a crazy group. Like Flower Fairy and Apooche in it, already crazy. Lao Mao is like really good. Doxson's really good. All of tournament experience. So not the easiest group to get out of, that's for sure.
And Laomam already had to battle through indeed, like that entire lower bracket. So
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's making him tired, but it could also have warmed him up a bit for this last game.
Yeah, sure. And hopefully, Apooche's woken up at this point. I think the tournament started for him when it was like 7 a.m. for him, but by now he's hopefully woken up, had enough tea, and ready for this final game.
All right, well, let's hope for another great game. Be sure to send your energy to whoever you want to take the win.
Indeed. Let's see. There is an elite pack, but I don't think Apooche's picking that. I mean, these are all aggro packs, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they kind
I
of
think
are.
so. I guess he can do balls in standard, but not necessarily the norm at this point.
Ooh. Laomam has a really good matchup, though. Starting Arc Sledge into Ball, kind of what you want.
Yeah, great specialist as well. Yeah, I mean, to me, it feels like a fairly even matchup overall. But yeah, I definitely hear you that Laomam may have like a slight advantage.
I'm just like a little antsy when my opponent starts this into Steel Ball and has 4,700 hit points, and I have 4K.
Exactly.
Like I'm
Totally hear
expecting to
you.
lose like round 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I don't know if that'll for sure happen, but yeah, it'll depend on the cards. It'll depend on also just like how Apooche positions here. Like if Apooche goes for like a really asymmetrical right hand side attack here, then there's 2 Arclights not doing a heck of a lot. They're going to either walk to the tower or walk to the right side of the battlefield. So once again, Apooche kind of sitting on the helipad, hasn't lifted a finger. And I expect Hounds to come out, but we'll see. He could do the Phoenix, but I highly, highly doubt that. Oh, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Steel Ball Cell into Wraith round 1.
I am speechless. This is very cool. I'm excited.
This is something that Scion has done on ladder quite a bit, where he's just like heavily using Wraith and then using Abyss as well, but just like a heavy like air push. And it's kind of annoying to deal with.
Yeah, no doubt. The funny thing about this play is that you're selling a steel ball, which pairs well with Wraith. So what do you make of that?
I mean, it does, but it just both Wraith and Steel Ball absolutely hate having to deal with sledgehammers.
True. Yeah.
So I feel like you play the Wraith because it's just good chaff gear on aggro, and
Yeah, and it
then
wins the
you
round, of
try to
course.
find something else. Yeah. I mean, if the Wraith can pick up more experience, right now it's being absorbed somewhat by these steel balls.
Hmm.
But if you can funnel as much experience as possible into the Wraith on round 1, that'll help a lot, because an early level 2 Wraith makes a massive difference, but obviously it has a really high threshold for that level up.
Yeah. It's very interesting. I'm curious to see how he'll follow it up. I'm sure it'll depend on the cards and things like that, but I don't know. Like, do you sell the other ball?
Oh, level 3 marksman, that's disgusting.
Oh man, that is
That
not
is
good.
absolutely not what you want to see when you've just like given up on a deployment. Two even.
It might be
You
the
basically
worst possible
didn't use a
thing.
deployment on round 1. Yeah.
Is it the worst possible thing? I think it is.
No, yeah, it is. It's
Yeah.
absolutely horrendous. AA is on the bar as well for Laomam if he wants to. You probably don't expect Apooche to sell out of this. I don't think you will click it just yet. I mean, level 3 marksman will easily be able to get rid of a level 1 Wraith. But
Hmm.
man, I mean, this is just like upset your whole game plan now.
I think so. And so I think Apooche now is going to start getting weird. We've unlocked Rhino. We have Wasp now.
Okay, well, he's
So
staying ahead of things, understanding that, of course, marksman will be picked up. Wasp will be able to at least stall for a bit. We have a Rhino flank on the right that'll stall some chaff and the arc light.
yeah, I mean, it looks like another round for Apooche, just based on him really creating a lot of threats here. I think this was like a blind. My opponent takes the marksman, right? Like that's why the Wasp was there.
Yeah, I mean, it typically it's just good to have Wasp as well, because
Yep,
no one is going to buy a Mustang into a Wraith as the
exactly.
first response. So whether it's like Marksman or Phoenix, that should perform well.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I'm curious if we'll get any levels this round. I don't think so. I don't think the
I think the
Wraith
Steel
will.
Balls yoinked most of it.
Oh yeah, the Steel
They're
Balls will
close to
level.
leveling.
Yeah, they'll probably get it. Need like
Oh, they're so close.
one more thing. Oh, they might actually die. Oh no, that's actually really bad. You really want that Steel Ball level.
Okay, but it gets
Oh,
funneled into the Wraith, which isn't too bad, but it doesn't quite level. So
yep.
a nice move from Apooche. Doesn't
Yeah,
quite get perhaps what he would have hoped for in the best case, but will at least
yeah.
be able to level the Wraith next turn.
He's making do, you know? Like, he's just doing what he can. He picks up a really nice equipment here. Laomam, he could also pick that and put it on his like marksman or something else. So probably good for both players. But there's also like redeploy and shield airdrop. Just a really interesting round 3 choices. But they're gonna keep it simple here.
And I mean, the improved is nice on Wraith, but it's not too bad on the Mustang either. And Laomam recognizes that, immediately picks it up, and will be purchasing that unit to deal with the Wasp that was added.
Yep, makes a ton of sense. I do like it quite a bit. And I suppose the Rhino was just not going to be answered. I guess Laomam still has money. So Apooche puts a crawler up front. He just, doesn't want the Wasp to get sentry missiled. We're buying another Rhino. And another Mustang was picked up for Laomam. So he's just saying, like, oh, but the armor's going to make that pretty hard now. I think the Rhino kind of punches through.
I love these moves from Apooche. Like, he's doing the exact right thing, expecting like what his opponent will purchase. Goes for the Wasp
Yeah,
because of the Marksman. Now he expects Mustang to come out because of the Wasps, and then he goes for armor as a response into that.
it's really clever. I do worry that the level 3 marksman just kind of takes care of the Rhino
Oh yeah,
in the center. But, it still takes how many shots? Like 5, 4. So, it's still something.
the crawler in front also will do a decent job of stalling. And on
Yep.
the right side, that Rhino hasn't been dealt with at all. It just tanked a missile, but it's not going to take any damage from these units.
Yeah, for sure. It's really nice. And I'm sure the levels will start to appear now. Like the Wraith has it, the Ball has it, the Wasp has it. The Rhino on the right, actually, also going to get it, I think. Yeah, it does. He literally has every
Wow.
level in the world. Like next round is going to be 2 chaff and then all levels. We'll see, though. I might be exaggerating, but you get the idea. A ton of levels available, so
No, this
we'll
is like
see.
actually really good. It was looking dire with that unit drop, but
Yeah,
Apooche seems to be in a really good spot. And Laomam now down to 3k.
totally. Like he's kind of in the driver's seat, no?
It gets a great item there too, heavy armor.
Yeah, throw that on the ball, I'd say,
Yeah, I'd agree.
just for more bodies. You know, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Oh, he disagrees though. It's gonna go on the
Or do.
flank. Yeah, I mean the thing is like Lao Mam can like put a ball over there or get into multi melt something like that. So that's why I wouldn't have done it. But it is more HP to be fair.
I guess like he's probably just going to sell that as soon as it does get countered.
That's true. You force out like a ball or whatever it may be, and have more wasted resources. So yeah, pretty cool move. He hasn't leveled the ball yet, so he's not immediately saying that that's important, as I would have thought. Melters do actually come out. Feels bad, man, for Apooche, I would say. Like, specifically the Rhino that we just talked about.
Yeah. Multi-melter definitely on the cards here.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
More wasps being picked up. Trying to go for a cheeky flank on the left. There's a level 1 rhino and a wasp over there.
I really want this crawler level, by the way. The blue one on the right.
The level 3.
Yeah, yeah.
It has been doing a decent amount of work.
Temp speed coming in. Missile, though, going to slow down that Rhino. Oh, wait, do we get to chop the
Wait.
Melter?
No, it's not going to be enough.
Two
chops, but needed like 5.
Yeah. Okay, well, the Wraith is still safe for now. It has level 2 and the improved firepower, so it's going to really just take care of everything. I don't think we'll be able to kill the Melter without the help of something like a debuff, though. And looks like too little, too late.
Yeah, I'm not like the biggest fan of this top left flank, just because it takes too long to get in. Like, his entire army is already on the line, so as you see, the whole engagement like happens within the first like 20 seconds of combat. And I mean, it takes that long for the flank to spawn in and get the debuff.
Yep, definitely feel you there. I have to imagine that battle would have gone so much better if the Rhino wasn't given the heavy armor. Okay, round 5. Small spell, big spell. What's the right call here?
I mean, there's a nice Ion Blast lineup for Apooche.
Yeah. It looks pretty dang good. What do you take as Laomam here? He's thinking.
I mean, he does have an enhancement module available too if he wants to, that Melter did level.
I feel like that's really not a bad line, but he might be afraid of tempo here. I do like this missile strike. Like it's just a lot of damage.
It's good value, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I imagine we're gonna be missiling this wasp on the flank here, and then it's just the Rhino against the Melter. So that
There is
kind
a
of
Mustang
goes.
that's been added too.
Oh yeah, he's just really well equipped there. Degen is picked up, so he's never gonna range it, I reckon, or at least not for a long time.
Have a look at that tech bar too. No tank techs whatsoever, just full carry, even running that high explosive ammo.
That is a cool tech bar. I never thought about running that specific bar. Maybe I'll try it out. So just to read it off for everybody, he's got range, degen, splash, and 8 gun.
That is some full carry right there, or full carry,
Yeah.
full chaff.
Yeah, he's just like prepared for everything except for tankiness. All right.
I guess like with the addition of things like Phantom, like you don't need to have armor because you can run it on the Phantom instead.
Yeah, definitely agree. Well, let's
All
see
right,
if
well, let's see.
the balls have energy absorption.
They do, but they're only level 1, and for now it seems like we are going to be losing them on the right side. In the middle, though, things are looking a bit better.
Yeah, the crawler got the level, right? Yeah, level 3 crawler
it
now.
did.
And there's degen, so like everything's weak AF trying to kill this crawler. It's actually a menace.
And you mentioned it, but it's actually split up. One of them annoyed the Melter, and the other got the tower debuff.
That was pretty funny. I don't think Apooche's taking the round, but like, oh wait, is he?
The steel ball might be able to. It
Oh
will.
man, okay.
Is the debuff enough?
degen. Yeah, he's got it. The ball's got it.
Oh my days. One steel ball to rule them all. Level 3 now.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Did the heavy go on it, by the way?
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty sweet. He's got some moves.
Ooh. Phantom Rays, Fortresses,
Hmm.
both of them looking quite decent.
Yeah, is Apooche just like all in at this point on like basically like balls? Like how else do you kill like I guess he could like burst mode these phantoms he just chose. Doesn't I don't know.
This is getting a bit tricky though, because you're expecting the opponent to go for, yeah, there it is, energy diffract. So you pick up the Phantom Rays, but those also kind of run into the diffract.
Yes. Yeah, really good point. I suppose energy diffraction is just like the nail in the coffin here against this composition. Like unless you can like range your balls and like really get those locks early. But yeah, it's a really tough matchup.
Oh, we've got Lone coming out from Laomam, temp range. I mean, the right side is quad multi-melter. And you did mention it, but the entirety of Apooche's board doesn't really deal with this. Like, you need these balls to somehow, like, get through and lock on.
Exactly. Like I think range is kind of needed on them, maybe. But he's just gonna go for like mass deploys, right? Just swarm in, which you know
Yeah, I
makes
mean,
sense.
you can, like, beat this if you have, like, the mechanical division, which Apooche does run, but it's very expensive to get into. Because typically you'll need range as well, so at that
Yes,
point you're looking at triple tech steel ball.
for sure. Now he went for replicate on crawlers here, but you know what's so sad is this oil, because now the
Oh
Giga
my
crawler,
days.
level 4 crawler is not gonna be able to go through. Oh my god, this oil was so good. Apooche just getting picked apart here.
Yeah, and all of the melters will get rid of these units. There's even a flank coming in from the Phantom Ray to add salt onto the wound.
Oh man.
And 2.3k, hold on. Oh
Yeah,
no.
that's oh man, that's gonna be it. Poor Apooche. The dogs have fallen. The 201s have beaten the dogs. Congrats to Laomam. Unfortunate for our dogs today, but that's gonna be Apooche eliminated from Group D today.
Yep. And sadly, that means I think no 501 is making it to the group of 8.
That's right. I believe we have Sarah and Conclusion as our non 201s, and I want to say the other 6 players are all 201s.
Yeah, I believe so too.
Just pulling it up here. I may as well say it. We have Blue Hair and Horrible Will. We have Fang Fang, and we have a Gripnocoma. And then, of course, today we have Laomam and Flower Fairy. So those are the 6 201 players that are going to be in the group of 8. And then for the nons, it'll be Sarah, that's from 401, and Conclusion from 301. So that is the conclusion of the group stage here. Pretty epic stuff. Lots of upsets today, and I mean in other days as well. And it should be a pretty exciting round of 8.